How's it going, boys? Today we're going to be talking about a topic that a lot of people tend to not understand. And I don't believe anyone on Dota talked about this. Well, at least not in this depth. This is about building item building. So, people get confused about item building all the time. You might think that you're good at item building because you simply follow a guide, or you think that you see some enemies with like magic damage, so you build a pipe. You see some stuns, you build a BKB. You see them have low armor, you build a Deso. You see them have Bristleback, you build Silver Edge. This is beginner's item building 101, okay? If you're following a guide and an auto guide for all of your item building needs, you're practically a beginner. You practically have no knowledge of item building whatsoever. If you build items based on what I described earlier, you're a beginner to item building. Moderate item builders are people who buy items based on situational needs, such as Ghost Scepter, they have a lot of physical damage, even if you're a hero that don't normally buy Ghost Scepter, such as you know, some kind of Ghost Scepter sniper against PA. I don't know, but look, that's just the beginner of item building. The real item building comes from when a game is unwinnable, but you know what items to buy that gives you the maximum chances of winning the game. Chances are, if you lose all your lanes, you lose all three lanes, you're gonna lose anyway. Now, this is where item building really comes into play, right? Do you rush a Blink Dagger and try to get all kills? Or do you go for a Midas because your team is AFK and a Midas and there's not a lot of creeps on the map to farm? But you realize that enemies don't have ways to end the game early and they can't push high ground, so you buy Midas. Right? Shit like that. Buying Vessel when they have Alchemist and shit like that, that's the common sense, right? When do you go for boosted travels? If you need to split push and run around faster instead of buying just, power treads. A lot of times, mid laners like to go phase boots, like Kunkas or Vipers, go treads, Necro. But sometimes you need to go bots because you need the mobility and the global presence, right? Depending on the heroes and depending on whether your team needs you for team fights and whether or not you want to split push and farm. Because sometimes, even though your hero is not very good at split pushing, but you have to do it because no one else on your team can do that, you might need bots, right? Sometimes, you don't even buy BKB. Sometimes you get a very early BKB, like second item, or sometimes you don't get it at all, and you just try to juke them out with Refresh Orb, Yule Scepter, 4 staffs, or just status res. Well, that's a couple patches ago. Do you get Silver Edge so you don't get initiated on? Or do you go Blink Dagger when you're losing super badly in the lane? So you go Brown Boots Blink Dagger with no items on Tiny and max your Avalanche Toss trying to get a couple kills and come back into the game. Right? Shit like that. The most giga chat of all is the Blade Mill. Now, a lot of people misunderstand this item. It's an auto buy item for heroes like Axe, right? You buy Blade Mill, you taunt. Boom, boom, boom. Bam, bam, bam. Everyone understands that. But Blade Mill is actually a 20% damage plus 20% damage attack dealt to you passively at all times. And then active, it increases to 80%. Now, one thing I will say about this is that Blade Mail is a amazing comeback item, especially against glass cannons. If there's an enemy SF, PA, Sven, even a Ursa, dude. Any hero that does damage pretty much, burst damage, physical damage, that just cannot just stand there and hit you, like Drow, Sniper, you can buy Blade Mill. Because Blade Mill is super cheap, right? It gives you damage and it gives you armor. There is not a single hero in the game that doesn't need more armor and more damage. Just every single hero in the game is good with armor and damage. There's some hero where if they have intel, they don't really do shit. There's some hero where they don't really need mana regen. And there's some hero where just some stuff are unnecessary, like extra 250 mana. But armor, attack speed, damage, and also HP is something every single hero needs. So it's essentially a like $2,100 item that, you know, it's an activate that basically makes them kill themselves. I sometimes lose the lane on Alchemist super badly, and I buy Blade Mail, and then people are like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you buying Blade Mail instead of rushing Radiance?" Now, because I lost the lane so badly that my only way to come back is a Blade Mail. Even though the chances are grim, but buying a Blade Mail will allow the game to delay a bit longer. Maybe the enemy fucks up, right? Let's say I'm against an enemy Monkey King or Huskar, right? And you know what Huskar likes to do? He jumps on you and hits you, right? But if you have Blade Mail and you're hitting him under Acid Spray, and Alk is pretty tanky, Huskar might just kill himself, right? A good Huskar will kite the Blade Mail. Same thing with Wind Ranger SFs, right? A lot of time SF will win the lane against Alk, and then he will rush like a Yule Scepter and try to solo kill you, but once you have Blade Mail, he just kills himself. So it's shit like that, right? Sometimes even against Quap I might buy Blade Mail, right? Sometimes I even buy Blade Mail on Quap. It's really that it's like a comeback item that I used to do. It's super cheap. Like even with Radiance, it's a 5k gold item. It's 3k gold more, and I can't really kill like a SF with fucking Radiance, can I? And also Sniper is like redundant with Sniper because he's not even gonna get burned. So if I'm dying to like a Huskar jump or like, you know, Huskar leaps or like a Shadow Fiend ultimate, I'm not gonna go Radiance. I'm just gonna go Blade Mail so they can kill themselves. Right? Sometimes you need to go A on disc if you just need to get your spells off. Essentially what I'm saying is sometimes you have to go buy items that are deviate from the norm, right? Sometimes you might want to go Scythe on Sven. Like I've literally had to build Scythe on Sven, right? Or sometimes you go like, you know, Revan's Brooch for high armor hero, but that's pretty common. Sometimes you literally have to go Scythe of Vice on Sven because there's an enemy puck and your team doesn't have any instant disables and it's impossible to kill the puck. So, you know, obviously Abyssal Blade is like low range, so you gotta need a Scythe for the longer range. But yeah, basically shit like that, guys. And you know, if you guys understand something from this video to take away, that's good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out Twitch, check out Discord, check out anything and everything, boys. Have a very nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.